artist and DJ. Now that's a double-double. 2 turntables, now you a double trouble to my hip-hop heads. This a double hustle, arriving alive, organic chew like double bubble. I got my quarterback, so I'ma make the pass to my man Chase March as he bringing you the gas. In a few plus the tunes, don't confuse it. Make some noise for that hip-hop music. Stay tuned, y'all, keep it live. Word is born, y'all, hip-hop in the house now.
I have a greater mission, I hope that you listen.
Oh, the real tracks and rhyme. Word is born.
Listen over because my word is born.
You have MCs dropping bombs, that's incredible.
Chase March.
Yo, that kid is nice. Listen over because my word is born. I see a life of passion.
Sacrifice.
Comes around.
Sacrifice.
And it's gone too soon.
Yes. Love.
Sacrifice.
I've turned down blue checks and green checks. Game's dirty, it's hard to see clean checks. Stream less, but somehow he don't seem stressed. Art don't mean less just because it's seamless. Poetry's in my jeans, no seamstress. When I put material together though, seamless. I never look the part, failed the screen test. Hard as bars, but he looks soft as Kleenex. I'm being blessed, I don't complain for chump change. Real evil isn't strange, it's mundane. It's how these companies feast on young brains. Fast paced, they started races to run game. Rat races and blood sports and gunplay. We sacrificed a generation to fundraise. Now we gotta sacrifice to bring them back to life. If you wanna have a life worth having, and that's the price. Yeah.
See a life of passion.
Whenever you feel pushback, that's where the power is at. Back.
And it's gone too soon.
Whenever you feel pushback, that's where the power is at. Sandman.
I was recently told I wouldn't get to do shows as I encroached on civil rights. So I ain't do no shows for a while. All that happened, I ain't get new clothes for a while. No biggie, I was recently offered a record deal. Conditional on joining IG. But I think IG's bad for folks. So I dropped rich and it didn't reach half the folks. And I don't share YouTube links cause YouTube stinks. Cause YouTube only share what YouTube thinks. They claim to censor out pseudo-science, not unpopular views, but according to who's biased. I still do shows though, Rich still live. I share Patreon links and vids. Mad people subscribe. Everything gon' even out eventually. Nothing put in jeopardy for moving with integrity.
See a life.
Yeah. Whenever you feel pushback, that's where the power is at. It's fact.
And it's gone too soon.
Whenever you feel pushback, that's where the power is at.
Time is running out.
Fact.
See a life.
Time is running out. Time is running out.
Not here to make a friend, pay the rent or make amends. I'm here to make a bend in the time continuum. I'm here to shape sense out of what most think pretend, and chase it into the basement and raise it in the shed. So what you here for? Destroying capabilities, and out the ashes I imagine evolution's finest breed. A sealed door is a passage when you have the key, and when we meet and amalgamate our minds, we'll make many things. Look hard. We're in your peripheral, chasing all lost souls that seem to know not where to go. Book smarts won't help you find us quicker though. When you do catch this will be 10 years ago.
I do my job with various appliances, smiling as I do my pop of fine arts and sciences. Silence. You're best to keep your eyes on this side. The super scientist to let you know what time it is. Simon says I'm hiding something in my shed. It's surprising and it's just mine. Butterfly effect. First I drop in the bucket, then I splash in the bathtub. Tim Buckle, bring the ruckus in the future to you ass plugs. Catch you later, you'll hear me when I'm younger. Disregard your calendar, ha, forever summer of 05. Acid flashback, oh my, I won't die. Why? All my records are archived. A hardline time trapper up on the range, playing seconds like puppets and I'm fucking deranged. When the shit goes public, we're up for a change. Once you catch up with this epic sucker, nothing's the same.
The anachronist, trapped in his own skin. No matter if you had to make mistakes in the past, you can't go back to it. Go forth and conquer with prose, quotes, and proverbs. A chokehold, the stronger than most ghosts and monsters. Follow me back, 10 years and I've been here, writing in a book with a look of intense fear. Worried they can't hear the music's innovation, so this is going out to a future generation.
Take this time to the next time when your mind gets this line. Make headlines in the next life when their eyes see this. This time to the next time when your mind gets this line. Meet deadlines in the meantime till we find a fix.
I'm a minimalist, an animal pissed. Back me up into a corner and it's over, that's it. Like a volcano that blows up and spits. While the earth shifts, our flow is ageless. You wanna part of me, boy? Oh, keep your tongue in your testicles. It well kills, drills the ill real. We chillin' like some villains while we pilferin' pills. There's got no loving for the suckers who be hugging our dills, nicks.
Chronologically, gotta crack the cottage key. Caught up in the odyssey, time-space anomaly. Gotta beat around the bush, planetary comedy. Demonic even side of me, then reading the monotony.
Chocolates, did I mention what my name was? Get high and check my rhymes, you get the same buzz. Skip the fame cuz, only want the fortune. Jaws dropping to the floor, then you gotta sort chin. Doors open, but only a little crack. Can't they open it a little more? No fucking fit in that. Crack a day, keeps the doctor away. Well, I'm attacking the page, near the dock of the lake. Hey, head of a time like you time, the time we're alphabetical. Just trying to have a good time, somehow it sounds incredible. A medical miracle, surviving being so ill. There'll be a day when life won't go on, but still the show will.
Take this time to the next time when your mind gets this line. Make headlines in the next life when their eyes see this. This time to the next time when your mind gets this line. Meet deadlines in the meantime till we find our fix.
Been like that since time begun. Been like that since time begun.
Word is Bond Rap Radio, 94.9 on your FM dial. My name is Chase March, and I have been bringing the show on the road. And today, we're at TempoMental's crib. We'll be talking with him in a little bit, but we've been talking comic books behind the scene. You don't get to hear that. You get to hear the music. So we're going to keep things moving. There's a video version, chasemarch.com, if you want to see that. If not, keep it locked. 94.9 FM Radio Western.
I must remain positive in a world full of negativity. Back against the wall, feel like I'm in captivity. Jealousy, envy, fakes trying to befriend me. I see right through, now let me advise dudes to keep out of my radius. They trying to go against the God like an atheist. I call that craziness, unpredictable. I be spontaneous, forget these naysayers trying to interfere with great players. I'm not your typical rapper individual. Get in the zone, music makes me so spiritual. Forget the critics and all the doubters. There's no connection like broken routers, but I'ma change that and rearrange rap, creating something with substance like hip-hop way back. Just hit the playback, let's hope and pray that we finish first in this life we call a racetrack.
Yeah, I'm really tired of these naysayers and critics that try to drag your name in the mud, but you know, we gon' prevail anyway, feel me? I'm optimistic, tired of these naysayers. Say prayers at night, not a day later. John Henry worth ethic, no slave labor. Should I make my own path or remain major? We independent, pinning for independence. Knowledge is gems, no need for trendy pendants. Photoshop image, no need to fit the template. If I live it, I script it, I script what is given. Rap manuals want you to stick to what's driven. No creativity, the hits become hidden. The money dries up, there's no one to supply us. No CDs because consumers don't buy us. Modern day pirates moving in silence, taking the profit out of our pocket. Loose change and lent, place blame on them. The golden era doesn't exist, it came and went.
I get my knowledge of self-form when it comes to songs. Not just cause every word on record is born. Nah, it's more Cause this king ain't got time for your pawns and peons that don't get the wavelength I be on. So what you think about me is none of my business. Long as you think about me, then I'm handling biz. And you can feel free to doubt me in my musical fitness. I'm focused on my craft and my fans to bear witness. So if you didn't get it, then it wasn't for you. Maybe not the time and place, you're welcome to come correct when you do. I'll still be here repping for true. Curators of the culture that Praverb put me on to. Writers, exciters, bloggers and DJs. So much good music, never ceasing to amaze. They do it for the love, then they hope that it pays. From the old ways to new ways, it's hip hop always.
Stop asking for collabs with people I'm doping in. Who wants a chihuahua to ring with a Doberman? Oh, Henny Savant keep shit sizzling. Literally, from the Philly streets to Sicily, Italy. Rappers, they be mad, all pissed at me, sick of me. Y'all niggas just rotisserie chicks to me. Don't make me yellows, the opposite of violet. I play the cello, you play the world's smallest violin. Now tell me why you guys excited by all these hybrids. I have a heightened sensitivity to the bite, and I'm about to set a whole new precedent of MC's MC, extra shit, treacherous. You ain't heard the best of this, seen verses next to this. I lean words with excellence, you know you ain't messing with, or effing with Savant. You ain't got it like me, he ain't got it like me. He ain't hot as I be, you can never be. You can try to block me, you can try to knock me. It'll never stop me, that can never be. You ain't got it like me, he ain't got it like me. He ain't hot as I be, that can never be. You can try to block me, you can try to knock me. It'll never stop me, that can never be.
Smoke rolls off the tip of my tongue. Aftermath of a bloodbath, I bat my blue lashes. Heat blast, I hit the beat fast. When Savant asks, I like he'd be one of the masters. We both deep as the abyss. Give your mentals a twist while we're out here laughing. None better, none smoother than this. Lyrics bring bliss like first kiss. We be over here, reppin' for the GH streets with no fear. Flavor in your ear, crystal clear. When I be on the microphone, the crowds come near. Yeah, sensational, sensible, sinfully divine. Six sister, it's the reason I stupefy silly little misters. They can't do what I, or be what I'm. They be prime, I be wine. Get them the dirty wine, cause me know me body fine. Well defined, fortified, mastermind, classic. Certified, verified, modernized.
Mortified rappers, the more that I rap this. I ace, drum, Mordecai backwards. More than fly blue jays, born on my branches. Corner boy, basswood, backflip on mattress. I'm erratic and a maverick, but an avid fucking addict. A fanatic with a habit, with a track it, gotta have it. I'm a savage on a pamphlet, on a canvas and a canvas. Me and said that Dagadu dance on this track, listen.
You ain't got it like me, he ain't got it like me. She ain't hot as I be, that can never be. You can try to block me, you can try to knock me. It'll never stop me, that can never be. You ain't got it like me, he ain't got it like me. She ain't hot as I be, that can never be. You can try to block me, you can try to knock me. It'll never stop me, that can never be.
The game will never ever be the same. The gasoline team will sound ghoulish and stay pennywise, yet to be seen, the pound foolish. Shut it down, you wish. Say he going at 12, step in the scene, around two-ish. Playing ball first. One of the last ponderosas on earth with a shorty weighing 380. She took a shot of weed goby and said we gravy. And yeah, Juliet's heavy, but Matt is war ready, and even Rougiette ready. And nigga, that's a whole different medley. Trying to live the BCL, Juliet's deadly. Cause it's so shocking. Once your host close shopping, you only have those options. You either die a hater or be your family annihilator. It's a Dopp gang. It's a Dopp gang gang. It's a Dopp gang. Say what? The game will never ever be the same. No. It's a Dopp gang. Yeah. It's a Dopp gang. The game will never ever be the same.
It's the stankin' perk who crank and jerk and only do thankless work. Keep the gang alert. Pop perks and Klonopin. Smirk, going berserk at the dollar bin. Got a grin cause these fellas be on LSD. Bumpin' LSG, LSC. How the overzealous flee from the jealousy of the D-O-P-P. G-A-N-G, the pen beat. Opposite of friendly, intently. Wild chicks, double entry, gently present thee with a feather hat, leather slacks. At the party, checking the weather app. Bet it's cap, so let's settle that. Fucking go and find federal scrap. It's a doc gang. It's a doc gang gang. Yeah, it's a doc gang. The game will never ever be the same. Yo, it's a doc gang. Yeah, one more time. It's a doc gang. The game will never ever be the same.
Lyrical styles I possess. Protect your chest from the best with the vest. Scheme less,
still here. Listen, my boy, pull up a chair. I'm all weather kid for all seasons. For all seasons, feel good. Make every day be new and just live.
Positivity is the key in the lock. I gotta move a little closer. Positivity is the key in the lock.
Positive and never negative.
Positivity is the key in the lock. I gotta move a little closer. Positivity is the key in the lock.
Positive and never negative.
I love the sun and the rain cause it makes things grow. My first rule in doing a show is knowing your surroundings, spaces, faces, and any notable things. What works for this crowd might not work for these folk. Finding the balance and using all your talents, enunciate. You got to believe that you're great. Get the crowd to participate. Throw your hands in the air and say yeah. Never get thrown off your square. Remember, prepare. Love not war's gonna keep the door open. This is what I'm hoping. Hop on a bird and see the world. Take your girl and family too. Make every day be new and just live. Make every day be new and just live.
Positivity is the key in the lock. I gotta move a little closer. Positivity is the key in the lock.
Positive and never negative.
Positivity is the key in the lock. I gotta move a little closer. Positivity is the key in the lock.
Positive and never negative.
You better know what time it is.
I'm doing it well. I'm doing it well.
You better know what time it is.
I'm doing it well.
You better know what time it is.
I'm doing it well. I'm doing it well.
You better know what time it is.
I was the guy you once knew as a jerk who made records on the side, now I do it as work. So you bet that I take pride in pushing you in the dirt. You would too if you knew what it's worth.
I'm a businessman in the truest sense, cause every time my song's too intense and cause you offense, I record a few cents in my bank book, so I can afford a few gents staring at me with blank looks. You don't like that I sing hooks and think I ought to be spitting like I don't carry on the tradition? Well, I don't give a care for your sorry opinion. I just came here to borrow your women, and now all of you grinning. You only like when I'm being rude. Shame on you for bringing out the fight in a decent dude. But everybody likes to see a good beating, Lou. We'll see how much you like when the fight's between me and you. And I don't need to do physical harm. My evil tunes got their own miserable charm. So when I spin a few yarns in your psyche, if you aren't in tight jeans, you're likely to short on your Nikes. No, you won't find me in a trendy nightclub. I spend my nights buzzed in friendly dive pubs. Nice suds and not a sign of crystal. If you're an AA sponsor, you won't find me at all. Nope, you never catch me in a bracelet or necklace that's worth more money than the place where I rest is. I traded my desk in for rhyming on tour, and now my grimy old boss can't find me at all. I'm one short tick from some poor kid getting his heart broke, feeling like he's breathing cigar smoke, cause cars don't make you cool. Nor the success when you neglect to graduate from school. I hate to fuel all you criminal guys' continued demise, but oops, wait a minute, I lied. I love to watch you squirm as I minimalize your trivial lives and rhymes I'm delivering live. Cause I've got news for you, buckaroo. Whatever you suckers do tonight, tomorrow you'll still wake up as you. What to do when your toughness proves to be a teenage phase you suffered through till you're 22. You're stuck with Lou, you can love me or loathe me. I'm planning on sticking around and becoming an oldie. They told me to get gone, I'm too damn headstrong. 110 songs later, what went wrong? You won't find me with a gun or a knife, threatening somebody's life, selling drugs or in fights. It just doesn't excite me to wind up in court. That's why the guys on the force can't find me at all. Nope, you never catch me on the pop charts in the back of a cop car next to a has-been rock star. I'm not part of the celebrity grind. I'm the truly genuine kind that you're desperate to find. Do the math, you can add up the factors. Lose as bad as rappers, acting like actors. You all suck a set of sweaty old blue-balled nuts. I suggest you go back home and practice. Fact is, your whackness sticks with you. Whether you switch to new sports or record a disc or to Keanu, nobody listens to the rock you write. They never give it to athletes on Oscar night. You gotta like how they create new things to make you think you're wrong for saying they do stink. Oh, you're a hater? Don't hate, congratulate. Alright, we'll celebrate when you make a track that's great, deal? Don't hold your breath unless you were admitting that the smell is straight litter box used by a kitten. All of you fake actors, athletes, and loser musicians should get the pink slip and lose your positions. See ya. Okay.
Feel like at some point in our lives we all get to this moment where you question yourself and everything you've ever done. And you wonder if it's too late to change anything.
Finished my trilogy of releases, now I've been lost on what to write. Contemplated quitting music, but the vibe still finds me at night. And when it does, I get the urge, but often I can't find the words. I make this music just to purge, but how do I explain my hurt? In a way you can understand it, seeds planted up in your brain. Emotionally fucking damaged, since Dad died I ain't been the same. I cry and I get frantic without reason, like I'm insane. Outside I remain sustained, but inside I'm about to break. My family be feeling the pressure, they been stressed and I can't help, because I'm too damn caught up in trying to deal with everything myself. I need a fucking vacation. They tell me not to curse so much, but if you've lived a life like me, it's hard just to give it up. Part of my persona, keep it real and keep it brash, so the next time they come around they think twice about talking fast. I've tried moving up in class, but the past is a reminder. Some things you just can't forget, so there is just no point in trying to. I've been married to the game, trying to make a name, dealing with the pain, but don't nobody know that every day's the same. Never get a break, feel like I'm insane, just waiting for the blowbacks, go and crank the bass. Need that shit to bang, flush out all my strain, cause I just need to zone out and try and get away, cause I can't take the weight, there's too much on my plate. I think it's time to roll out to a place they don't know my face, start all over with a hella clean slate, pack my bags and never leave a trace, cause I doubt they be missing me any damn way. Hard pill to take but not tough to swallow, when your soul's already been feeling hollow. Pay the price of life to try and see tomorrow, but I can't get back all the time I borrowed. It's a bitch, a sexy bitch that I'll never fuck twice, better scratch the itch. Only get one life, better hit the pitch, cause when your time is up, shit, that's all there is. And I've been taking advantage, taking for granted, stomp on my feet thinking they got them planned it. Taking some hits, but I'm still gonna manage, fight up for life, fuck a disadvantage. Mold it, shape it, create it, hold it, never let it go even when you try to scold it. Break it down to nothing and pretend you never owned it. Vultures are so, but nobody ever noticed till it's too late, and the damage is done. It's quarrel over morals, trying to be number one, drowning my sorrows in a bottle as I swallow the gun. Tips as hollow as my heart when they tell me have fun. Life's a hypocrite and I've had my fill, so I play my cards and I keep it real. How long before my emotions spill when I'm back in the booth with a story to tell? Another rhyme to write when I hate the process. No time in life for a man to possess, the kind of light that only shines for noblest. So I'm a grinder with spot and hopeless. Married to the game, trying to make a name, dealing with the pain, but don't nobody know that every day's the same. Never get a break, feel like I'm insane, just waiting for the blowbacks, go and crank the bass. Need that shit to bang, flush out all my strain, cause I just need to zone out and try and get away, cause I can't take the weight, there's too much on my plate. I think it's time to roll out. Married to the game, trying to make a name, dealing with the pain, but don't nobody know that every day's the same. Never get a break, feel like I'm insane, just waiting for the blowbacks, go and crank the bass. Need that shit to bang, flush out all my strain, cause I just need to zone out and try and get away, cause I can't take the weight, there's too much on my plate. I think it's time to roll out.
Alright everybody, we are back with TempoMental in his crib. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, no worries.
You are one of my favorite local MCs.
Oh, thank you.
Like, you're just, I don't know, your style is absolutely incredible. It's like a sing-songy kind of thing, but it's not wishy-washy. It's like underground and boom bap still. And like your live performances are awesome. So if people don't know who TempoMental is, get familiar, because you're almost dropping a new album soon too, right?
Hopefully soon. I'm working on it right now. Jay Downs is doing the mixing and mastering, and we're like, I'd say over halfway done at least.
Yeah, the last song I played from the last set just before commercials was Roll Out, and that's your new one.
That's correct. I also put out another one previously called Sleep in Ignorance featuring Shark. That's also going to be on the new album as well.
Nice. Yeah. Shark just won the MC contest last week. I don't know when this is airing. It'll be 2 weeks ago from now when this airs. They had the mental health clinic, and it's basically just a rap show, but they have an MC competition at it. And
nice.
Yep. Ark was spitting, and Eli the Prophet, and me, and Bogus, and Don Treader.
Nice.
And Jux Kane. Jux was there. So it was a nice show.
That's sick.
Yeah, and More or Less and Jesse Dangerously, they were on the show last week. So doing the on location thing right here, and I wanted to see your booth for a while.
Oh yes, my booth. It's previously used to be a sauna.
His mic booth right there. If you're watching this on the video version, you'll be able to see it a little bit, but we're also on the radio, so people will be like, what are you talking about? We can't see it, but there's a video version, so go check for that, chasemarch.com, and it goes on my Patreon, and then it goes up on YouTube. And I haven't had any problems so far with content, because YouTube will flag you for copyright stuff. But
okay.
Almost everything that I'm playing says you can play it.
That's good.
But you can't get monetized, and it will restrict certain territories can't watch it.
Interesting.
Like Belize and Russia can't watch my shows sometimes, or some other B country. I don't know.
I don't know. Everything's getting to be a little ridiculous these days. I mean, even Facebook has such different restrictions now. I posted an album cover from like 2016. You obviously know the Loaded with Pain album cover, where I'm like shooting hearts out of my head.
Yeah,
and they flagged it for like suicide awareness or something, and ended up taking it down. And I shared it as a memory.
So you posted it years ago, but it's no good now.
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah, the way things are changing, it's crazy. It's nuts.
It's very difficult to express yourself these days.
Yeah, because I mean, I'll post stuff on TikTok, but then YouTube won't let me post it, or Facebook won't let me post it, and it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with that.
It's hard to be an artist these days.
Yeah, it's even harder because my feed is getting full of AI.
Yeah.
Like, I shared something online, and it was an autism-related thing, and I thought it was a nice little story. But another autistic person I follow says, yeah, I saw that. I didn't share it because it was written by AI. And I'm like, so that one got by me. Because a lot of times I can tell when something's AI. But
it's getting to be so realistic these days, and people remove the little AI markers, so you never know if it's AI.
Yeah, it's getting harder and harder to spot. It's crazy. But there's lots of people that are just putting this content out all the time, and it's hard to know what's authentic anymore.
Well, I think you have Timberland, who's like sponsoring an AI artist, is he not?
Yeah.
So it's everything's changing by AI.
Yeah.
They're doing complete comedy sketches now based on AI, and George Carlin's voice, and it sounds just like George Carlin. Sounds just like jokes that he would make, but it's all AI.
Yeah.
I
don't know how I feel about this because at the same time, like, my favorite show of all time is Bluey.
Yeah.
And they have kids' voices doing the kids' characters, so it sounds really authentic. But I'm thinking, you know what? They could get those same actors to do the lines. They could use AI to make it sound like they were 5 or 7 still. They could make these episodes for 20 years. They could use the same actors and still have it sound like they're little kids so they don't grow out of that role. And you know what? I'd be fine with that.
I don't know. They might still be doing that right now. I think I was watching the Young Jedi or whatever it is on Disney Plus, and then my son also watches the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and it's all the same voices. It's all the same kid voices doing all different characters.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, but the thing about AI music that is kind of, I'm not sure where it's going, but I'm thinking we could have AI artists and regular artists, because I think the general audience isn't going to care. And it's annoying because, like, we're both artists, right? We want to be like, let's not let computers take over our art. But if you think about it, things like Spotify, if they don't have to pay artists at all because the artists aren't even artists.
I don't know. I think there was a country song that recently entered the charts that was all done by an AI artist.
Yeah, but that one?
And I think I checked it out, and I was like, this is kind of like the basics of any country song that you would hear. And I think a lot of the artificial intelligence is just that. It steals from from human creations and human ideas to create something that sounds human. But how many times can it do that before it gets repetitive and less creative, right?
Yeah, and sometimes it's not even cool. But that one was interesting because no one was listening to it. It only went number one because they bought that many copies themselves on iTunes Store. And people aren't buying digital downloads anymore. So yeah, it was at the top of the thing and all they had to do was buy the song 3,000 times.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So they invested money, but then they got the news stories out of it. And I'm like, I don't think anyone cares about this artist at all.
I don't even remember who his name was.
I don't remember either. But I will tell you one thing about AI that's kind of exciting. The Beatles put out new music like 2 years ago, like with AI, with all 4 members on it.
Oh, wow.
And they used it from an old John Lennon tape that was never a Beatle recording at all. It was an old tape, and they used stem separation and all this stuff, and they put the Beatles back together for a song. Like, I'm like, that's incredible. And there's some people making, like, taking old Beatles records and cleaning them up and doing this kind of stuff with them and using AI for that kind of stuff. And I'm such a Beatles fan that I'm like, you know what? If they had the blessing of Paul McCartney and anybody that still is alive, like maybe John Lennon, Sean Lennon, that's the kid's name, right?
Yeah.
So if these people are like sign off on it and they made AI Beatles that sounded like it should be the Beatles and maybe took some inspiration from some of those outtakes and things, like, I think I would listen to that.
I don't know, because there's different. Even with the Beatles, friends, like I'm a huge Tupac fan, but I don't know if I want to listen to artificially, created Tupac songs. I'd rather listen to the authentic Tupac songs. You know what I mean? Even though I know there's probably very little authentic ones left that haven't been released.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, when you talk about the Beatles, one of the big things about the Beatles and how they were so creative with music is because they didn't get along. They had different styles. Like, Lennon and McCartney started together, but even they disagreed on certain things. And sometimes, I think Lennon thought Yesterday was a terrible song, and it ended up being a huge song, and McCartney ended up doing it mostly on his own, right?
Yeah.
But it's because of those little clashes and those little differences in opinion that made their albums so unique and original. And if you're just slapping things together now, like, is it going to be the same? Or if Lennon's gone to not have his own input in it to say whether it's something he likes or doesn't like or would have been on or would not have been on, now you just have McCartney dictating the whole thing. And is that how they would have wanted it, or how it should be,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It might be best to keep art for the artists,
right?
The human being artists. But you know what? I'm finding, as a teacher, people, and even just in general, like, people aren't writing anymore. Like, you could you can just ask ChatGPT, like, even talking to other DJs, they're like, they're sending their proposals out and emails to couples, and they're using ChatGPT first.
Yeah,
I'm like,
so sad.
I've never used ChatGPT. Like, ever.
Yeah.
I've used some of the other ones, so I can't say I've never used AI, but it's crazy. Like, I want to write. Like,
I used to be a very pen and paper kind of guy, and it's only been the past couple of years that I've, like, finally conformed to doing songs on my phone just because it's more convenient.
Yeah.
Conveniently around when I want to write. But, I don't know. I still like the original feel of writing. And it's difficult for me to even write sometimes because it's hard to find inspiration. So, like, when you do get into that zone of writing, you almost want it to be like a physical thing. Like, you're immersed in it, not just mentally, but physically, because that way you can stay in it. When you're on your phone, you screw up a word or it autocorrects to something else and you completely lost the direction you were going, or maybe your train of thought. I don't know.
Yeah, you should see my scribbles. Like, when I'm writing in a Coil notebook, I'm scribbling out. It's like Shad, I got weak first drafts. And like, he's talking about the rewriting process, because I'll scribble stuff out and then I'll write it on top. And then you get in your booth and you're trying to read it and you can't read what you wrote. I saw someone post recently online. It was on Facebook, and they're like, if you're going with you still got your verse in front of you when you're rapping, that's not real hip hop.
Yeah, I saw somebody post that also.
And a lot of people were like, what are you talking about? I do that all the time.
Exactly,
like, because, I mean, there is something to be said, and I've said this about you before. seeing your live performances, there's certain songs that you do, because I've seen you perform so much. I'm usually on the other side of the deck playing your music for you as you're performing, but like there's some songs you do that are so good live, like it's better than your album version. And I think it's just because you know that song so well now that it would be done differently.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's what this post was saying. Like if you're just writing it and recording it, you don't have the time to live with it enough, and it's not going to be as perfect.
I'd say for those songs, a lot of the songs that I perform live are more just kind of like release songs for me. So when I perform, a lot of it is just because I'm trying to get stuff out, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's aggression or anger or frustration or whatever it is, I find the best release for me is to just be able to like belt it out. So I choose songs that are often like emotional or challenging, or songs that cause me to put a lot of work into each and every performance so that I can really get it out. Especially now that I don't have a whole lot of time. I'm older now, so I don't perform as much anymore. I got 2 kids now. I can't do as many shows as I used to do. So it's like, now you really want to take advantage of that time and try and, really get it out when you can. Some people just perform for the sake of performing or trying to put on a show or whatever. But me, almost everything I do is more selfish. Like I do it more for me than anybody else.
See, that's amazing, because you hear about artists doing that with the writing process, but you're doing it with the act of performing?
I do, yeah.
I don't know if I've heard people say that.
I do it with everything. When I'm like, even when to the comment that you made about somebody posting, you shouldn't, record something that you just wrote. When I'm in a studio recording, maybe I just wrote it a couple days ago. Maybe I've only rehearsed it 2 or 3 times to myself before I hit the booth. How many times am I going to record it in the booth? I'm very picky about my recordings also. I can record the same thing 20, 30 times and still not be happy with it. Even though it might sound good to everybody else, delete it and do it again. Yeah. So by the end of it, I've practically memorized it anyways, but it's a matter of how I want it, how happy I am with how it sounds, right? Yeah. Sometimes also on an album version, if you're doing all the screaming or belting out, you can't get the feel or express the emotion that you want to on a recorded track. Whereas when you're live and in people's faces, you kind of need to be more vocal about it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because sometimes, like when I write, and I've done a few times now where I'm writing in front of the computer, and I know some artists record this way.
Yeah.
I write that way sometimes, and I'll go back and I'll punch in something, but that's not my recording. I'm just writing that way.
Yeah.
And then when I've got it written that way, then I'm going in the booth and performing it. But there's certain times where I do that, and then I go to bed, and then you wake up in the morning, and you're like, I can deliver that line better. Yeah, and you go back in and you do it again. So I could say why.
Or sometimes you'll throw a quick mix on it and bump it in the car and be like, after a few times of listening to it, I think I could do this better, And it's just about how happy you are with the song. Maybe it's not. Sometimes it's the opposite too. Sometimes you'll do a recording that you don't think is great, but you just want to get it down so you can hear what it sounds like. And then you listen to it later, and you're like, I kind of like how I did that, or I kind of liked how that sounded. You know what I mean? That's rare. That's rare, but that does happen also. You'd be like, you know what? Like I might change my approach on this because I liked how that sounded.
Yeah, it's interesting because certain people hear things differently. Like in my group, the Hip Hop Educators, Wisecrack, he's like, this beat is perfect for you, and I want to get him on it and her on it. And like he's like this verse is going to work. And then other times he's like, he puts up a vocal test of something, and he's like, no, this beat's it's not right for me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And like he'll tell me that beat is perfect for me, and then I get on it. And like another one I'm trying to work on, it's not coming out so good, and he's like, yeah, this isn't your beat. This doesn't work with your voice. I'm like, I don't know what he hears and how he hears that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But do you ever like play with the beat, or you have a song and it just doesn't work, and maybe it's because of the beat and,
absolutely.
And how you go on it?
Yeah, I think there's even like a track I was working on for this album. I fully recorded it, wrote it, recorded it, and then it didn't sound right. Like my vocals didn't sound right with the way the beat was, and I just decided to not use it, right? Even though I kind of like how it was written, I thought about maybe doing it differently, but it kind of lost a feel for it. And to me, that's almost like a telltale sign that maybe you shouldn't do it anyways if you lost the feel for the song, you know? So
yeah, because Wisecrack in our group is like that. He's like, if he can't feel it right away, he's like, I'm not going on this one. We're like, what are you talking about? You had a great, I like your concept. The lines are pretty good. Like maybe you can tighten something up. But he's like, no, not this one's not me. Like,
yeah, it's a soul writer. They write from the soul. They gotta feel it or they can't do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I struggle with the song, but it turns out well. You know. Like our Hold On song, like I had like 5 different versions of that one, and we performed it, and I couldn't remember what the versions got mixed up in my head.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know. I started with the one version, I'm like mixed into the second one, lost the line. I was like, oh man, that was terrible. But
yeah,
but that song turned out very well though.
It can go both ways. Definitely can go both ways. You can surprise yourself or be more disappointed with it. But again, it's all kind of all like personal feel, right? Yeah. Also something you might like or might not like, somebody else might feel differently about it and be like, yo, that sounds dope, right? And you'll be like, oh, I don't like it.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, this is the track on the album. This is the track. And everyone gravitates to another track.
Yeah.
You're like, why does everyone love that one?
Yeah,
this was the one they were supposed to like.
That happens a lot, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Also interesting, people didn't get to hear this because while I was mixing, you could see us pointing and having our conversations. We were talking about a lot about comic books, and you've got quite the collection. I don't know if anyone saw, you were showing me a few, and you're showing me some of your records, but how long have you been collecting comics?
Long time, since I was a teenager, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I got quite a few, lots of boxes.
Yeah.
Don't get around to reading too many of them. But I don't like, I don't know, some people think you should like get them in the, graded and put in plastic and everything, but I hate that idea because then if I ever wanted to go back and read them, I can't.
Yeah, there's this thing where they take the comic and they look at the condition of it and they stick it in this hard plastic that you can't unbreak. It's like sealed up and it'll say 9.8, or near mint, right? Like if you got some 9.8s of some, like a number one of something from 10 or 20 years ago, it can be worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Whereas like anyone that has like the first Superman or the first Batman, it was like 27 cents when it came out or something like that. And they managed to have them a fairly good condition. They put them in those boxes. Now no one can read that.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, it's weird.
Exactly.
It's kind of cool. Like you have some on frames over here, but that's just the comic in the regular
I could still
poly
take
bag.
them out and read them if I wanted to.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting that people can do that and that it's become a collector's item of sorts. But I've gravitated to, like, because I've been collecting since I was a teenager too.
Yeah.
But I've gravitated to the collection. So I'm like reading what you would call a graphic novel.
Oh,
or
I have
trade
some of those
paperback.
too down there.
Yeah. So I like those, like, and for Daredevil, they made oversized hardcovers. So it's bigger, a little bit bigger than the traditional comic. And it's only about this thick. Because now they have those omnibuses and they can be like this thick. They're like, those things are so heavy. Like, I don't know how you would read it because it's like weighing you down. It's like, or if you're laying in bed, it's you got this 10-pound weight on your chest. Some of those things are ridiculous.
I did that with The Walking Dead because when they first came out with the comics of The Walking Dead, it was like 5 comics per graphic novel. And I ended up getting into The Walking Dead actually when I went to one of the fan expos in Toronto.
Yep.
And they had the very first Walking Dead graphic novel out of the first 5 comic books. And Tony Moore was there signing it because he was the guy that was involved in like the first, I think it was 10 issues or something like that.
Nice.
And then he exited out and somebody else took over. So I got him to sign it. And then I ended up reading it and got into it. And then I just kind of collected from there, right? But it was definitely easier to collect the graphic novels versus the comic books. But
yeah. We're talking to TempoMental right now, 94.9 FM, Radio Western, Chase March here on the interview tip. And I just like, The Walking Dead was interesting to me because I watched the show for a little bit, but the comics and the show, they drifted apart from each other in certain parts.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting because you're like, oh no, you're watching the show going, oh, and then it didn't happen. And then this character that died in the comic stayed alive on the TV show. And I thought it was really cool. Like, the show seemed to capture the essence of the comic. It lost me a little bit. I stopped watching, but for a while, I thought it was kind of cool the way
like when it first came out, I was following it heavy. I thought it followed the comic book fairly accurately with, a couple quips here and there, up until the whole governor thing.
Yeah.
But of course, like in the comic books, Michonne gets like some pretty terrible things happen to her that they obviously can't put on television, so they axed a lot of that and kind of changed it from there on, right? And I agree. I originally kind of lost interest in the TV show because of that, because I liked the comic books so much. And then I think it was last year or whatever, I just kind of got back into it and ended up watching the whole 10 seasons plus all the spin-offs. And they were actually pretty good. But there's definitely like a middle part in that run that gets a little dragged on and boring.
Yeah, I almost feel like I should go back to the series and watch the end of it, because I'm not sure how they ended the series.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But then they have a spin-off you have to watch after the series for it to all kind of come together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then they had the Fear the Walking Dead, and then there's like Daryl's got a show. And
that was in between, so you could watch the Fear of the Walking Dead with the Walking Dead. They went coincidingly together, season by season, and then. Yeah, it was like there's a certain way to watch it. Now they're doing Dead City. The only one that's still alive is Dead City.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's got Negan and Maggie in it.
It's interesting because you were saying the way to watch it. Because I've seen like TikTok videos. This is how you should watch the Marvel movies.
Yeah, it's
and
like
some people say don't watch it in chronological
yeah.
order. Watch it in release order, or you should watch it this way. And I just saw one about Lost, the TV show.
Yeah.
Someone recut it so it's in chronological order. Mm-hmm. So there's a chronologically Lost that you can find online to watch. I just downloaded it because I'm curious to see what they're like. You shouldn't watch it maybe the first time this way, but I was like, I wonder what it plays out like that, because the first episode, stuff happened before it. They went back in the past. So now you're going to start with that season 5 episode or something like that shows one of those past ones before it comes there.
No, that's kind of like what happened with The Walking Dead, because they started with The Walking Dead, but then Fear the Walking Dead came, I think, after season 2 or 3 or something, but it actually started before The Walking Dead in the TV show. So, like, the way to watch it is to start watching Fear the Walking Dead first.
Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah.
Just for viewing experience, what's the best way to watch things? Yeah. And like my son is 7 now, and you've got a young family as well. And like I would like to experience the Marvel movies with him because my son's a huge Iron Man fan.
Yeah.
And I'd like to experience the Star Wars movies with him.
Yeah.
But he already knows that Anakin is Darth Vader. So it's like there's spoiler alert. He already knows things that are happening, and he already knows about Thanos and Endgame and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when we watch the movies, I'm like, is it going to be as hitting for him as it was for us?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, my son, he's only 5, so he hasn't really comprehended all that yet. He's still into a lot of the kids' shows right now. I don't let him get into too much adult stuff.
Yep.
But hopefully, it still has the same effect on him. He's really into Spider-Man. He likes the whole Star Wars thing. He loves Mario right now. He can't wait for the new Mario Galaxy movie.
Haven't seen the Mario yet, but we're watching the Spider-Man cartoons and Superhero Squad, things like that. So he's watching that kind of stuff, and there's a bunch of Lego Star Wars movies that give away the whole Star Wars plot. I'm like, oh man. Some of those, the jokes in those, they're meant for 4 and 5-year-olds, I think, but some of them are just like...
No, there's definitely ones
meant
for more adults. Yeah.
It's for us, because have all that other knowledge.
I think the first one I ever watched of the Lego one was like the Batman one, and there was a lot of adult jokes that Batman does. And I was like, okay, these Lego movies aren't so bad.
They're great, yeah. Man, this is a hip-hop show. But it's nice to be able to veer into comic books. Like, just went to see More or Less. He was in concert, and he talks about that nerdy stuff in his songs all the time.
Yeah.
You're a bit of a nerd too, but you you don't go that way so much in your music.
No, that's what brings me joy in life.
Your music is for the pain and the sorrow.
Well, yeah, in many ways it is, or just like pure expression or frustration or whatever it is. But that tends to be where a lot of it comes from. Yeah.
We're talking with TempoMental. It's just funny because I'm like, can TempoMental keep writing these kinds of songs? Because he's a family man. He's got 2 kids. He's got the nice, long, happy marriage so far. Like, does something have to happen?
No, that life happens, man. You get 2 kids. That doesn't mean anything is easy. That just means I'm struggling with 2 kids now.
Yeah. I only have 1. 2 must be a challenge sometimes.
2 mouths to feed. Well, I mean, it's just, you're always... I suppose the older you get to realize, and the more responsibility you have, the more you kind of appreciate all that time you had when you were younger that you should have got things done.
Yeah.
And then now I'm older, and like I feel like I'm probably better than I've ever been, and yet at the same time I have very little time to get any of it done or focus on my music or be able to like promote it or tour with it like I used to. So it's you're always in that those constant conundrums, right?
Yeah. Growing and developing and becoming an adult.
Yeah. How do you manage both, I think, but maybe that's why, like, I don't know, a lot of successful artists will say they sacrifice all those things for the music, and then the music, funds the family, but then they don't have that time with their family. And a lot of artists interviews, you hear that, right? But I don't know. I don't know if I could do that, though. I really love my family. I love spending time with my family. So.
Yeah. I totally feel you there. Like, kids are the best, and being like, I am fortunate that I get to be a full-time dad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a stay-at-home dad. Like, wedding season, I'm gone on the weekends, but I'm there like the rest of the time. Like, and it's amazing. And like, I wish everyone could have that. Like, I really wish everyone could have that. If we could get back to the one-parent household.
Well,
right?
I work midnight.
The one parent doing a job. I mean, 2 parents in the household, but one parent having to leave for work, and the other parent getting to raise the kid, and then the dad or the mom comes home, and they get the time with the kids too. But like, a one-income household, so we can have more time with our kids. We used to have that.
I work midnight, so even though like I work a lot, often 6 days a week or whatever, we do a lot of overtime and stuff, I still, because I'm working midnights, I have a lot of time during the day and the afternoon to still spend time with my kids, right? So my son and I, he's like my best friend, you know what I mean? Like, we're real close. And I think it sucks because it takes away a lot of sleep, They say you lose a lot of sleep, you lose a lot of years on your life. But I'm spending whatever years I'm losing, I'm able to spend a lot more time with my son as he's growing, right?
So that's going to mean a lot to your kids too. Yeah. So, that's the stuff they remember. Like, that's right. Dad was the best. My dad always used to do this, and like, that's right. My dad's no longer with us. Your dad's no longer with us. So, so we kind of know that, and like, we want to make sure we have. Because sometimes, like, I count the years, and like, if I get to live as long as my dad did, like, I've only got like 14 years left. Like, and that's a little bit scary because you're like, my son's only 7.
I've got 10. Yeah, it was when my dad died at 51. So.
Jeez. So we got to put that time in and make sure that we are doing right by our kids, because it's like, it's incredible. I don't know if you want to answer this. We can cut this if you don't want to. But do you ever get like people get confused and like, that can't be your son because he's a different race? Is there any weirdness there ever?
No,
that you
not really.
I've
never had any issues with that so far. No. I mean, he doesn't. I don't really know if he looks in too much different or whatever. Maybe you'll see more, specific differences when he gets older. But no, we don't have any issues with that. And we try and keep him very immersed in his culture. Also, like, that's why we gave him a Japanese name. He goes back to Japan every year to meet his grandparents. My wife speaks in Japanese to him every day, so he's aware of the language. He doesn't like to speak the language, but he understands everything that's said to him in Japanese. So,
do you understand any of it?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, like, I go to Japan with my family every year, so I have to be able to get around and get things on my own and everything else. So,
Well, the joke is that you put this on that you bring Canadian winter with you when you go to Japan.
Well, the first time I went to Japan, I did a couple shows, and there was like a huge storm that they're not used to, and it ended up being so much snow that like they shut down the trains, they shut down a lot of their transit, which they don't normally do. And the promoter for those shows kind of joked that I brought Canada with me. And then this year when I went, same thing happened. They had one of the largest snowfalls in years, like a week after I got there. They didn't shut down the transit this time, luckily enough. But it was my wife's mother was giving me a hard time about being my fault again.
That is hilarious. Oh man, too funny. Yeah, but this winter is I think it's starting to warm up. They said it's going to be 9 degrees this week.
Good.
So yeah, maybe winter is.
Japan was nice when I was there. For the most part, it was like anywhere in between 7 and 15 degrees every day.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Do they use Celsius over there?
Yeah, they don't have very cold winters typically, and their summers are very, very hot. So it's still nice weather over there right now. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I haven't been able to experience much of the world, so that's pretty cool that you get to go over there regularly and have that connection with your family. So that's awesome.
Yeah, we've been around. My wife and I did a lot of traveling before we had kids, and then now it's mostly just back and forth to Japan.
Yeah. This is cool. You're one of my favorite local artists of like all time. Like you and Nigawana and Hatter and your whole Dreamsters Union collective there have made some amazing music. And we used to be like at all the shows, and now there's a new generation coming in and different artists and things. But if you're in London and you see these guys' names on the bill, make sure you go. TempoMental's got a new album coming out, so make sure you cop for that. And
always keep it live. Always keep it live.
You're definitely gonna be hearing his music on the show. And like you said, you work a lot. I got you in the radio station once, I think, for an interview.
Yeah.
But it's nice to be able to get you here on these locations, so I get to come see your crib and kick it with you for a little bit.
Well, it's awesome to have you, sir.
Thanks, man. Yeah, if you're a local artist and you want me to come to your studio, even if it's just a little corner. It doesn't have to be anything big. Like we can even just record in your kitchen or whatever. I'm doing these on locations for the next little while too, and I'll bring the cameras and the CDJs, or if you have a controller, I'll use your controller like I did last week on Theses. I got to use his Rain one. So this is fun, trying to engage the community, keep things popping, keep radio going, because, I love radio.
Hell yeah.
Doing hip-hop, mix shows like this, and having interviews is tons of fun. So thanks for having me, man.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
All right, you're listening to Word is Bond Rap Radio, 94.9 FM Radio Western. This is it for the video version, but if you're listening on the radio, we're going to run the commercials and have some more music on the other side. Word is Bond. Don't go anywhere.
Yep.